Yo, what's good, you guys? So I've only done like 2 videos that I had on, so that's pretty crazy. It's so random and it's so funny. So yeah, today we're doing a guitar sample video. Shout out to my boy 𝘾𝐺𝑉I. Basically, he's gonna make like most of the sample. I'm gonna like tweak it and then I'm just gonna put drums on it. So yeah, let's go and get into it.
Yo guys, what's going on today? It's your boy 𝘾𝐺𝑉I. We're gonna be breaking down a crazy live guitar loop. I can hear someone like Don Toliver, Roddy Ricch, Travis Scott on this one. But anyways, let's get right into this. So altogether, my part of the loop sounds like this. So to break that down, I have 3 layers. I have 2 guitars and 1 synth that was recorded on my Prophet analog synth. But for all of you guys with just VSTs, I'm going to be showing y'all how you can recreate this sound. So this is the main guitar. And all this is just a minor chord that I played and kind of noodled around with my fingers to make those in-between notes. And then I took that minor chord and just pitched it down in audio 5 semitones for the second half of the loop. So I have this 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊ℂℝ𝕀𝔹𝔼 nylon guitar pulled up. This is what the MIDI looks and sounds like. So to break down the theory of that again, start on F, 2 up, and then 3 up. You got a minor chord. I let that play for 2 bars. I duplicated that whole pattern over, and then I pitched it down 5 semitones, down to C minor. And then all I did from there is arpeggiate the notes from within the chords. Next up, we've got the lead guitar that sounds like this. So it's a super simple melody. It's pretty much the same thing repeating, and it's just notes from inside those chords from before. This is what it looks like in MIDI. It's actually going in the C minor chord and it's playing in triplets. It just goes up the scale of C minor. C, D, D sharp, F, G. And it just plays those notes over and over. And then on the second half here, I just go down instead of up because the chords went down, so I want to follow that theme. The last thing I added to my part of the loop was this Ventus Ethnic Winds Bensuri contact bank. What I do to make this sound good is pitch it up 12 right here with the tuner. And then I also go down here to vibrato. It's down here originally. Bring it all the way up to here. And I drew in this pattern. So it's really a super simple pattern. It's following the chords again. It's just the same melody down 5 for the second half. I just did a little transition note at the very end just to kind of bring everything back together. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my part of the loop. I'm gonna hand it over to TRIFREEZE now and we'll see what he comes up with.
So first off, I dragged in the stems and I kind of remixed them. So I routed each one of these to a different mixer and I just put some stuff on it like an EQ to cut out some lows, a reverb, an RC20, another EQ to just remove some harshness, and then a kickstart too just to give it some more tempo. And then for the lead right here, I just added an EQ, some reverb, and then a chorus. And then for the flute here, I put on an imager and I kind of max it out just to kind of spread it out some. And then just a reverb and also a kickstart. And then I just added this bell right here. all I did was just make a minor chord, and then I just inverted the middle one by turning it up an octave. I pasted that chord over all the way through, and then I just filled it in with these notes. It's not really anything complicated. And then I just pasted it over, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because that's a progression. And that was a heater bell from the Nebula one-shot pack by Daniel Taylor and Prod 2. Without any effects, it sounds like this. I just threw in a portal. The Time Traveler preset I used to sing so much. The Grain Synthesis Bank by HCE. Pretty much the best one you can get in my opinion. Then I added a halftime. Make sure to turn this thing all the way to the left. It makes it swell. And then I added a Guitar Rig 6 with the Older Days preset right here. I turned off Replica and Bite. And then just an EQ. And then a kickstart. And then I just added another bell. It's just a bunch of normal and suspended minor chords. And then I just took these middle notes right here and I just jacked them up like that. So to make a suspended chord, so this is your normal minor chord right here. So you just turn it up to right here or to right here. So I had this one right here and I just kind of did that here, here, and here, and here. And I just kind of turned it up like that. And then of course I pasted it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it was a little too low. So I put it up an octave like that. And for effects on that, I just had an EQ just to kind of shape it. So without it, and then with it, and then I added a kickstart. And then this EQ was on the master, by the way. It just gives it a little bit of clarity. So yeah, no one did the drums. My routine for doing stuff like this is picking out like a rim, and I layer stuff a lot. My rim was actually like 3 layers. Literally every single sound that I used in this was from the ATL Culture 2 kit, so if you want to go download that, link in the description. So first off, the first pattern right here. And then of course I just pasted it over. So it's completely normal except for right here. And I just kind of did like a quick roll right here and I just kind of faded it in. And then I basically just kind of layered it with the exact same rim. It just hits different for some reason, I don't know why. And then I just pasted that over. And then I layered it with a third rim. And this one's different. And then I just pasted it over. The only thing interesting I did right here was I just kind of did like a stutter right here and I turned it down to really low. Barely audible, but it's there. And then after that, I added this hi-hat. So you want to really come up with a rhythm. I like to leave a lot of space in between them, so it's not like just a 2-step pattern, but at the same time, it's really not complicated at all. Whenever I do a roll like this, fade it off like that, just because it makes it sound easier on your ears. But yeah, just find a bounce like this right here, where you leave some space in between them. So with that effects, it sounds like this. So what I did for effects is I added a delayed 3 and I use this time right here. It has to be right here. And I turn the wet down really low and you gotta turn this down to like right there. And it makes it really bouncy. And then I added an EQ. So whenever I mix beats, I always do like a cut right here, like in the meat of the hat, because it makes it sound a lot more easier in your ears. And then I just added a very light reverb. I then take another hat. Y'all know when you're clicking through hats and you hear like this really dumb sounding hat, you're like, how would you ever use this? So this is how. What I do is I just layer hats with it. It's a really weird sounding hat, but when you layer them, it makes it sound really bouncy. So this is like a separate hi-hat pattern underneath the main hi-hat pattern. About this long right here, and then of course you just paste it over like that. It just adds some bounce to it, you know what I mean? So like in this beat right here, I did that. It just makes it sound incredible when you layer so many sounds like that. I added one more hat, and it was this one right here. It's a really unique one, and like I said, this just adds more bounce. Then just a regular snare. So what I normally do is I typically go crazy with the high end, and then I go really, really simple on the 808. Like if I went crazy with the 808 too, man, it would sound so overdone. But yeah, then I just kind of layered the 808 with this perc right here. It just kind of gives it like a unique sound. And then I just added this other perc right here. Like a bongo. Very simple and repetitive. And then I added another bongo sound. Just like that. And then finally, I just added a kick. Gonna want to pitch it up and down until it hits the hardest. For me, it was about right there. So a lot of people have been asking for my master chain. So really all it is now is just an EQ. And what I do with this is I just kind of go through and just kind of get rid of stuff I don't want. And then I just add a 𝘾𝙤𝙤 right here. I click on hip hop right here, go to advanced, turn this to smooth, and I just turn it up just a little bit, anywhere between 10 and 20%. Basically, it just kind of compresses it. It makes it sound way smoother. Plus it allows you to get it really loud. It basically makes any 808 sound good, I'm gonna be honest. And then I just kind of mess with these bands right here. Normally I leave low at 100%. And then I just add a soft clipper. If I open up the 𝘾𝙤𝙤, I basically just push up the gain into the soft clipper. To make it a little bit distorted and crunchy. So if you got anything from this video, please let me know in the comments. Shout out to 𝘾𝙤𝙤, man. Go follow him on IG at @ProdKavi, absolute goat. So yeah, let me know what y'all want next.